a lot of the influencer and creator people, they're not making enough money to be able to hire people, especially in the United States. And then B, they're not even clear on how they're making money as a business. They're just trying to be an influencer. Like, okay, great, you want to be an influencer, but how do you make money? So I built a tool, which I'll put the URL here so you could do this for yourself and other people. I'll put it into the chat here, or I'll put it into the Instagram.
Yeah, DM, that's fine.
Okay, there we go. All right. So when we look for your name, there are 5 of them. And so this is querying Google's database. So most people, when they do a Google search, they don't really know any better. So they'll do this, and then this is what they get, right?
Yeah.
This is like whatever. And maybe some of these are you and maybe some of these are not you, or maybe are these all you?
Yeah, pretty much yeah.
Okay. So this is what Google thinks about you, Kyle. So Google looks at all the things that are Kyle and is trying to tie them all together because maybe you're like mentioned in someone else's Instagram or a YouTube or and there's all the social profiles and this famous birthdays or whatever. There's some videos which may or may not be you, right?
Yeah.
You play baseball, right?
I did. Yes.
You did. Okay. So this is what they know about you. And so Google's trying to prioritize of all the results that they see. They're thinking, well, if someone's looking for Kyle, they're probably most likely to look for him on Instagram, which is why they're showing that first. But then the results quickly run out and there's just not enough information about you for Google to assemble this whole profile, even though you've created a lot of stuff on TikTok and there's a lot of social media stuff, but because social media is a walled garden, you know what I mean by that?
Yeah.
It's like logged in and all that. Some of it's visible and some of it isn't really visible. So what we want to do is make a lot of it visible. So if we see that you have a ton of content on TikTok, some have gone viral, all this stuff, things related to you, maybe you're in someone else's stuff. Like this lives kind of in this other world. So we need to repurpose it to live on YouTube Shorts or Facebook or Instagram or LinkedIn, like all these places. You know what I'm saying? You can repurpose, which is like you teach social media now, so you know this, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So Google says you have a confidence score. This is not what I say. We're just pulling it out of Google's database using their API, right?
Okay, gotcha.
So Google says you have a confidence score of 147. And so the confidence score is kind of a rough measure of like how much information do they have on you, and then what quality, what authority is that information, right? Does it tie to, so if you've done a bunch of stuff with TikTok, is that visible and can they tell that you're reputable because not just because you say you know about TikTok, not just because you have a lot of views, but because other people who are authoritative in those topics, they see you with them. So you're associated with other objects.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Maybe you speak at a conference, maybe, there's other things to show like you're legit besides what's on your profiles. Okay?
Personal, yeah.
So when we click on this, then we get a knowledge panel, which is great. You actually have a full Google knowledge panel. So all these colored boxes, whether it's on mobile or desktop, this is called the knowledge panel, right?
Okay, yeah.
Okay. But the trouble is, even though this is technically a full knowledge panel, there's a bunch of information that's missing here that would be on the right side.
Okay.
And because if we were to map out your authority where there's all these different axes, you basically have Instagram, TikTok, and then everything else would be like nothing, right? And what we want to do is fill out the whole circle with your website, with your YouTube, so the whole, like the slice,
the whole
of the
9
pie,
yards.
Not just like one slice that comes out like that. You see what I'm saying, right? Okay.
Bring the whole thing together.
Yeah. So we want to make sure you have a website. Is it ABE? Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. And you have not bought your name.
I have not.
But
I never would even cross my mind, dude.
But why is that important? I know like social media and all that kind of stuff, but why is it important to own your own name?
I mean, I guess I could use it. I'm going to use it in the long run. But the main thing that I never would have thought about going through GoDaddy to buy my domain for my personal name is like, I would never have used that on any of my social medias is just kylablar.com, or I would never build a website that's like kylablar.com or a brand or whatever if I'm selling merch, whatever it may be.
Yeah. So I'll go ahead and pay. I'll buy it for you. Now I'm transferring everything. You own it all. I'm just doing this as a nice thing for you. Okay.
I appreciate it,
So
man.
I'm just gonna go ahead and buy it. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
And the Zoom is for you, so you can look at it later and you can share it with other people, right?
Okay.
And we created a platform that basically builds out these personal brand domains because a lot of people they think it's like a design thing, but there's a way you want to structure your website to be Googleable, and there's all kinds of technical things like Google schema and inserting your photos and images and all that. Like even my site is on this platform, so like I eat our dog food, right?
Yeah.
So this thing is now going to go through our process where our system's going to set up your site, but then you're going to have to load it up with all the content. Just like if you create a LinkedIn, but you still have to load up like the information about you and what you do and how you make money. Yeah. So just because we created the website doesn't mean you're done. That's just a starting point. That's like the house, but there's like nothing in the house. You got to furnish it and paint the walls and all that kind of stuff. Okay. So if I go to ChatGPT and I do a new one and I'll say, who is Kyle Abellar? Is this correct?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Okay. So this is something we probably want to put in your profile on the website and also on your LinkedIn and other sorts of places so that we have multiple levels of corroborating proof, right?
Yeah.
So like reinforcing that this is true, right? And tie these items together. Okay. So you're an influencer, you've got all this TikTok and Instagram and all that, but then I can't tell from this what your mission is. What is the thing that you are trying to do for the world and who your audience is and how you make money, right? I can't tell. If that's not clear, then the AI can't help you. Google can't help you because all they see is like, oh, Kyle's on the beach. He's hanging out doing these things, but
doing whatever.
And that's what most influencers do and there's nothing wrong with, trying to get more fans and showing off that you have a six pack or whatever, but you have to show something. You have to show something deeper than that, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So then you have to tell the AI. So now we got to say, well, okay, fine. This is what it knows. This is what Google, and therefore, if Google knows, then the AI knows, right?
Yeah.
In order to train the AI, you have to train Google first. You understand that?
Yeah.
Okay. So then we have to tell the AI and Google what your mission and purpose is.
So would you tell Google first, or would you tell AI specifically, like straight through ChatGPT? You're saying tell Google first through the website and everything.
Well, we can tell the AI through here, and then the AI can put it on your website. The AI can. So if we have a folder with all your content, so for example, everything off of my iPhone is automatically included here. So I spoke at a mastermind yesterday. I interviewed the CEO of Indy Autonomous Vehicles yesterday at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway. I was with Helen Yu, who's a big tech influencer. So there's a lot of proof of what's going on, right?
Yeah.
Like yesterday, the day before that, you can see who I'm with. So there's tons of proof. Like here's proof that I know something about trampoline basketball, right? So this is a buddy of mine. Yeah. People are saying like, how is this 50-year-old dude able to jump that high? Or how does he, So, but anyway, there's a lot of proof of that. So because I have all this stuff inventoried, now if I give that to the AI, now I can say, hey, AI, write an article about how I lost 60 pounds in the last year by playing full court basketball. And so the AI can do that because the AI could write the article anyway, but unless it includes the ingredients of my actual experience, and so that the raw ingredients, like all this stuff, right? And it also knows what my intention is. Like I want to help other entrepreneurs get healthy, or I want to teach people how to do digital marketing or not get banned on TikTok, or, if it has the proof of my experience of what I've been doing and it knows where I'm trying to go and what my mission and vision are, then the AI can do good things for me. Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So then I could say, what is his mission? And it's going to guess, or it may just say it doesn't know. Right? Doesn't really know. I mean, he's doing these various things, but not really sure. Right?
Oh, surprised I knew about Ripple Marine.
Yeah.
It's really random. I don't know how I found that, but.
So I mean, it's the AI, right?
Yeah, yeah. I also want to include. I run a mobile detailing company down in Naples. I'm trying to involve that somehow into my social media. I don't originally. I didn't like fully like
Uh-huh.
post about it because I didn't want my actual personal followers to like know about it or like look at me like I'm just trying to sell like some detailing
Sure.
stuff to detail cars because it's like they're all over the place, all over the world,
Yeah, but
and it's
you
like
only want people in Naples to see that
yeah,
as a
yeah, but I
local
still
business.
want it. Yeah, I guess so. I would just like if you type in Kyle Abellar, that like website could pop up, or it would somehow be incorporated that I also run that because not that many people know about it. And
Okay, so then what's the name of that company?
Perez Polishing,
Spell that?
Perez, and then polishing with a Z, not an
Perez
S. Sorry.
Paul. Oh, Perez. Sorry. Okay, so
We mainly
it
run it
doesn't.
through like social medias. That's why
So
it's
it doesn't
like
come up. There's no entities that are showing up here, right? Otherwise, there'd be a
yeah,
little fav icon. So Naples, right? Okay,
yeah,
this one. All right.
Instagram and website. Yeah. But
And this is detailing Fort Myers. This is yours.
no, that is not our. I actually got to see what our domain is. We don't really use the website anymore, honestly. But we do it through mainly through Facebook and Instagram,
And that's great. It's
and
great.
Yelp,
But people who
and
are
Yelp.
looking for mobile detail, yeah. But you've got to set up a website too, because otherwise there's no GMB. There has to be a Google My Business, right? If it's a local
Yeah,
business, it has to be has to show up on Google Maps, right?
yeah,
Yeah. Okay. So you show all the, okay, it's cool. You have all this going on. Awesome. But just like I was showing you with your brand, Kyle, if it's all locked up on social media, somebody who has, whatever, the vet is like, hey, I need a mobile detailer for my vet. They're
mhm,
not necessarily looking on Instagram. They're looking on Google Maps, right? If
yeah, yeah,
they're on Maps and they'll say mobile detailing Naples, right? And then that's going to show up with ads or these other people, and you're not showing up, right? There's all
yeah.
these other guys. You're not here, right?
Noted. I need to hop in that.
Yeah, so you got
It's
to
in
build
the
a
works
website.
actually. So
That's what they
yeah.
all say. Yeah. So there's all
It's
these
just the main
entities
thing is
that
the
are tied to
verification
you.
process. It's just such a pain. Yeah. Continue though.
Yeah. So you're associated with all these items that are mainly on social media, but they aren't Googleable. So the good news is you
Yeah.
have the proof. Like everything with Google is, do you have proof? Like I could just set up Dennis's mobile detailing, right? And I've never
Hmm.
done that before. I don't know a thing about that. And I could just have the AI generate all these images of like cars being cleaned and polishing and waxed and all that stuff. But you have lots of actual stories of people who are getting their cars cleaned, right? Videos, all
Hmm.
this, but it's all living here on Instagram and it's not
Yeah.
visible to the rest of the internet, right? You have tons and
Yeah.
tons of this, right? And
Hmm.
while you're showing, it's good, like you're showing pictures of you doing the stuff or maybe the before and after, that kind of, those are always good. But
Hmm.
there's no, as far as I can tell, there's not you saying like, hey, I'm Kyle and me and my buddy run Perez Polishing and this is why we do it. And let me tell you about how our techniques are different. We also use biodegradable, environmentally friendly stuff. We show up on time.
Hmm.
If you have a high end luxury car, we're not going to be like these other guys where they scratch your stuff and do a bad job or.
Yeah.
And you could see like, oh, you have a Mustang GT. Okay, cool. We've done a lot of Mustang GTs or Camaros or whatever it is, right?
Yeah.
So that's all locked up here, but it's not categorized. But if you had it on your phone and name like a kind of car,
Ferrari. Just broad.
then if you had it all on your phone and then you had Google's AI categorize it, then it would grab all the Ferraris that are here, right?
Yeah.
So this is a picture or video I took of a Ferrari, whatever, a year or two ago, right? So
Hmm.
that's here because the AI did I tag this as Ferrari?
No, it just tells because logos and stuff puts it together. That's pretty sick, man.
Yeah. And even stuff like this, where there's a picture of some other kind of Ferrari. I mean, I guess this is Ferrari. I didn't know, right? Oh,
Yeah.
yes, here it is. It's Ferrari, so it's reading the words too, right?
Yeah.
So it's grabbing everything here. I'm at the Ferrari dealership in Monaco a few years ago, right when
That's so
Formula One
cool,
was
man.
happening, right? Yeah. And
I
there's
didn't
my
know that
buddy
was like
Tanner,
Google AI could do
and
that.
it's already been here. So then it's categorizing all the things with my buddy Tanner. So it's grabbing all the photos and videos from all over the place. Like we were in London, right? And you can
Hmm.
see down here, we were in London and this was June 6, 2019. And it's also my buddy Enrique. So the AI is already categorizing all of this. Now, this is Google's AI doing it, but Apple's AI does it, Amazon's AI, all the AIs do it. And they've been doing it for years. It's not ChatGPT. It's even better. It's deeper because it's categorizing the information, right?
Yeah.
So then because I'm associated with Tanner, who does some stuff with, I think he sells like high-end golf carts. And then Enrique, who does stuff with the military, you can see like Enrique and I have hung out and done a lot of stuff together. There's a lot of proof of me and Enrique hanging out. And instead of me just saying like, oh yeah, you know, Enrique's a friend of mine, I can prove it, right?
Yeah.
Because we've been all over the world, right? There's clear proof of that. So to be Googleable, think about all the people, you know, Kyle, think about, you know, the Perez detailing, think about all your socials, think about the things you care about, think about the experience you have where you can teach other people and create value. If you let the AI and Google categorize all this, then that can come into whatever the AI is. And then that the AI is the chef, but you have to provide the ingredients, right? You have to provide the ingredients and then say, here's what I want. I want to grow my Naples mobile detailing business. I want to help other friends, you know, grow their social media and not get banned on TikTok, or I want to do whatever it is. Then the AI can work with those ingredients. And that's what you're missing.
Gotcha.
So you can come through and panel, which is great, right? And then you come through and claim it, right?
Yeah.
And Google verified that whole thing. But remember, look, so if you come in here and say, yep, I'm Kyle, and then you say, yes, this is me, then it asks you, why do you want this knowledge panel? And most people, they just say, oh, well, because I'm Kyle Abellar and I want a knowledge panel. And you get rejected.
Yeah.
So you have to answer the question of intent at this stage.
Okay.
Because if you say, here's like what a good answer would be. I own a mobile detailing business in Naples, Florida called Perez Polishing. I do a lot of social media marketing on TikTok and Instagram, and I want to help other people learn from what I've learned about, you know, getting banned. And I'm sharing a lot of training content and whatnot. And so I think it's important for me to have my knowledge panel so that people that want to learn how to do social, or other friends of mine or other people, like whatever it is, you're showing like how this knowledge panel furthers your vision and what you care about. And then you weave in the specifics of the businesses that you're involved in. Maybe you have a nonprofit, maybe there's, you know, if you show those specifics with your other items that are connected, that could be connected to your knowledge panel, but aren't, then that gives you more credibility. If the only things you put in here are, I'm Kyle Abellar, and I have millions of views on TikTok and Instagram, and I'm really famous, and I want to be even more famous and get sponsorship deals because I think I'm a really big deal, and I think I'm attractive, and I show a lot of skin on the beach or whatever, you're going to get rejected.
Yeah, no, 100%. Yeah. I get what you're saying.
So just like the test, like comprehension here, what's the difference between the approach I'm saying versus what most people would do here? What's the mistake they're making?
100%. I would have said exactly what you said. I would have been like, hey, my name is Kyle Abellar. I do XYZ. Like I run social media. I've been doing it for this duration. I wouldn't mention a purpose or mission, like what you were saying before. Like I want to help people. That wouldn't have crossed my mind. I would have been like, I do it as a lifestyle content. I've been doing short form videos for a while. It's entertainment and it's just like, etc. So rather than like what you're improvising on or implementing on, like, hey, I got banned before. I've always kept that in the dark. I never really like shared that I helped other creators. They just like learned through the grapevine eventually, or like mutual friends that they're like, hey, who helped you get unbanned? Oh, Kyle helped you. Oh, no way. He helped me too. But I've never straight up been like, hey guys, I can help you. I've always wanted to. And anyone that comes to me and asks, I'm always like, yeah, by all means, I'll help you out, connect you with this person, see how it goes. Cause I know how that feels. It sucks. And I hate it. And there's a lot of people in the beginning before I found those connections that were like, yeah, give me $3,000 and I'll let you know. I'm like, dude, come on, man. Like I've known you for like 4 years. Why are you going to charge me $4,000 for an email or something? Like it's something that I'm totally on board with. And I would actually like more people to like know the general gist of the all around purpose that I have on social media, and even like the Perez polishing, and now even this. Or another thing that I've been working on recently was Snapstar on Snapchat. There's a lot of people, like a lot of my creator friends that have been getting verified, and they're all gatekeeping it. And I mean, I understand it, but at the same time, Snapchat is asking, like Snapchat's like, hey, we need creators that are going to be engaging, that are going to post every single day. that are doing Snapchat Spotlight, whatever it may be. And we need people that are like committed to it. And nobody's recommending anyone. They're just like, the second they get it, they're like, okay, well, now I got it. I'm not going to, lips are sealed. It's benefiting me. I'm already good. So,
yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So now you know that the right way for you, which is an example to help all these other creators, is to start with, what's my mission and where do I add value for other people? Not because I'm famous, not because it's about me and my vanity and how successful I might appear and how many cars I can take a picture in front of, but where do I create value for other people? Who am I associated with? What expertise do I have? What experiences do I have that should be showing on Google? And can I factually demonstrate that I have washed a bunch of cars? Like, you clearly can factually show that you've done that. And so that's what Google's looking for, right? Not just because you say that you're famous or you say you know a lot about cars, but you can clearly see, like Ferrari or whatever, Corvette, we can see that, right? And that's where all these creators or influencers get it wrong, because it's like all about them and they don't really think about other people and, you know, servant attitude. They're keeping it all closed up. They have a, you know, scarcity mindset or whatever, instead of abundance, like you and I have, right?
Yeah. I've been helping a lot of people, like, even day by day. So, sorry, what were you saying?
No, go ahead. You're helping a lot of people. Yeah.
So I was like, I would help people like gradually, like not every single day, but like day by day throughout the week or whatever. I'll do like Q&As or whatever, and people ask me questions and I'll just brutally answer them. Like a lot of it is about like the gym content, because I partner with this fancy, nice, gorgeous gym, and all I got to do, they give me a free membership and I got to promote them. Or like every now and then, or it's like once a week, I'll post a story and at them locally, whatever. And people see my content and my progress through the gym. Like I weighed like, it was like 130 pounds through like November. And now I'm up to like almost 160. And they're like, how did you do this? How did you achieve it? And then I like break down the step by step. And that's just that, for example. But there's like plenty of other stuff. People are like, how did you start making online money? What did you do for this? How do I start making this? And it's just like, I mean, I'd love to help, of course. And I've tried doing I've done what was the name of the company? It was some type of subscription where like they pay for your services or whatever. And I was like, okay, whatever, maybe I can make some pocket change. I did it and I didn't even get satisfaction out of it. I was just like, dude, this information, it's like, I have no problem for giving it away for free because it's helping others and it's like positive. And I'm not like, I'm not losing anything out of saying it for free. Like I might as well just put it out there. If people decide to go through it, that's on them. Yeah.
That's what you and I are doing. Like, you share how you gain 30 pounds. And so everything, if you reframe your content into how I achieved this particular result via these 5 steps or whatever, then it's all about value. For example, you know, how I got a full knowledge panel, claimed it, and became more Googleable via Dennis's knowledge panel tool and his personal brand website builder, right?
Yeah.
And that way you're creating real value. Instead of like what you said, some of these other people, like imagine if you hit me up because you came to me. I didn't come to you. You came to me and I could have said, yeah, I'll help you, Kyle, but I'm really important and my time is so valuable. You're gonna have to pay me $4,000. Right? I didn't ever make an offer to you. I never hinted that I'm going to charge you anything. I'm not about to say, okay, now Kyle, if you want to work with me, I've got a special price. You got to sign up by today. I'm not charging you anything. I'm just giving it to you. Because my payment, and I told you this up front, there's no trick. My payment I want from you, Kyle, is I want you to tell other people what we did together. That's all I want.
I'm 100% on board with that.
That's it. That's what I want. And I'm very clear about it. There's no catch.
And I have no problem with that.
But if you don't pay, if you don't pay it forward, then I'm disappointed, right?
I won't make you disappointed, man. I got you. But like, there's plenty of people that like I went to before that, because when I was reaching out for my Snap Star, that's like in the works this past week, I was talking to this guy out in the UK, he works for Snapchat, whatever. And he's like, send me your press. And I searched up my name. I was like, okay, wait, I know plenty of my friends. I search up their name, their internet personality or whatever it may come up as. And I literally asked them, I've literally known them for years and they didn't help me at all. They were like, oh, just like my manager just like guided me through it a couple years ago. I was like, oh, okay. Could you like give me some guidance? Maybe you did the whole process. Any idea on how to expedite it or get more in depth? And then I think I just typed it in and your name popped up on like I don't even know what it was. It was late last night or maybe it was this morning. I don't recall, but I saw your name and I was like, I'll shoot him a DM on Instagram, and now here we are. So
And so other people want to be noteworthy. They want to be pressed. They want to have media. Look at this. So the way all the stuff I'm teaching is how I'm able to come to these conferences. So I get to go to the media rooms. I get to interview the CEOs of these huge companies because I'm media, right? I get to go to all the special VIP party stuff that like they would never allow random people in, right? Because there's all the security, because all the big people are there, but they let me in because I'm media, right?
Yeah.
And it's because I'm Googleable. It's because I've taken all of my experiences and I follow the process that I showed you, and I put it out there on YouTube and my website and social media and all that. And that's totally cool that you started with social media and you put your stuff in social media. But here's something I want to show you that I think reframes the mistake that most young adults, I don't mean to be like, hazing on you or whatever, but
no, you're good.
Let me show you this one thing. So we have it in this group. Oh, you know what? It's another one. I have a bunch of these. Go to this one. Where's the? You know what? I'm just going to Google it. Content fact. That's how you find stuff. Just freaking Google it. And, why am I even messing around? Right. Okay. See, there's my knowledge panel showing up here. Okay, so it shows up everywhere, right? So this 4-stage content factory, what most people have done is, so you've created all this content on your phone and, how you've gained weight or, muscle at the gym and cleaning cars and helping other influencers and all that. So this first stage here, Kyle, is you've produced it, right? Mm-hmm. And then what you've done is you've posted it to Instagram. So you skip the processing step and you just put it on Instagram or TikTok or whatever, right? And what we're saying is, if you already have proof of this, then why not process it so it can live also on your website and live also on LinkedIn and Facebook and all these other places. And then you round out your whole profile, right?
Yeah.
Because I've done that. That's how I've become media.
Gotcha. That's a sick thing to have, man. Like I couldn't even imagine just by you showing me the first 30 seconds of the call, you're showing me so much random stuff that I'd see on, like, especially I'd see the majority of that stuff on Wealth on their Instagram. It would be like Samsung's unveiling of this or whatever it may be, but it's sick, man.
Yeah, we're literally like, we can go, if you want to walk around, like you name any one of these guys, we can go walk around right now. Like there's Bugatti right there. You see that?
What's in there?
Go visit. Let's go. Let's go find out real quick.
You're funny, dude. I love it.
Oh, they had a Bugatti here yesterday. But you can see here, but they already took it out.
How long was that convention?
Yeah. Oh, look at this. It's basically a week. It's the biggest convention in the world. They have it every year here. You can see all these other guys here. Yeah. Pretty cool.
That's sick.
Look at these Google TV. Look, they have these new projectors. Anyway, the thing with the content factory, the 4 stages, is I want to see you be able to take all of your experiences, put them into one place, like a folder somewhere. I happen to do it on my cell phone. So, I've got, here, I'll show you. So I have the iCloud. So in the iCloud, I'm keeping all the stuff here. And then I'm paying $10 a month to also have it upload to Google Photos. So Google has it too. So I'm paying for iCloud and I'm paying for Google. And then I'm connecting all this to the AI.
Can you select like what goes in and out of that photo album to go through to the AI?
Yeah, you can. You can tag stuff. You can organize it. And then you could even tell the AI, you know what? I just want you to take things that fit this particular theme and ignore everything else. Like, I just really want to focus on health and fitness. All the stuff with like family, don't include that. I just want to show working out because you have to, you talk to the AI like you talk to a human, and it does all this work for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would like you to go through those steps, and then you should hire a virtual assistant is my recommendation. Someone who works for you full time, depending on where you are in your business, but usually it's $500 to $1,000 a month. You just hire someone from the Philippines and they work for you full time.
Okay.
Yeah. And then you can show other people how you do it, right? Because if you're a micro business and it's mainly just you as one person, you don't have a team of people, it's hard to get stuff done.
Yeah. Yeah. 100%.
And a lot of the influencer and creator people, they're not making enough money to be able to hire people, especially in the United States. And then B, they're not even clear on how they're making money as a business. They're just trying to be an influencer. Like, okay, great, you want to be an influencer, but how do you make money? Like, if I'm selling car washes, or I'm selling gym memberships, or I'm selling, at least then there's something I can build around that has economic value, right?
Yeah.
Instead of just like, oh, I want to have 1 million followers. For what?
Yeah.
You know?
I get what you're saying.
Yeah. So then just demonstrate by example, and then I'll help you along the way. And my hope is that as you share this with other people, they'll say like, oh, dang, how did Kyle get a full knowledge panel? When I Google him, like all that, like this, like the way you Google me, like this other thing shows up instead of what currently shows up right now in your name, right?
Yeah. All right, man.
And then
we'll keep in touch.
You can share this. I'll give you the Zoom recording, right? Because every time I always do the Zooms, because the Zooms, I send it to everyone and then they have it, right?
Yeah.
And any training that we have, happy to give you access to all of it. We have courses on everything. And then when you hire a virtual assistant, we'll send them through the training as well.
Okay.
But we're big fans of, you should learn how to do something first, and then you can assign it to a VA. Because if you don't know how to do it yourself, then it's like, how do you supervise and manage someone else, right?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'm looking forward to it, man. We'll keep in touch.